Um, Before I get started, I meant to bring this up before the game, but you guys got to check out Kyle Draper's article. Somebody sent me an article on him that the Athletic wrote, and man, I admire him even more after reading that article. 7 years of sobriety and him fighting like he's fighting every day to stay on the right path. And when you read stories like that, I don't care who you are, uh, it should inspire you. Uh, I know. I know he's inspired me after reading that story, and what a hell of a journey, hell of a story that he put out there, and I know it's helped plenty of other people. So, if you hadn't had a chance to take a look at it, try to look it up and take a look at it. It's an eye-opening deal, and especially with him putting it all out there the way he did. Um, Tell you, game was a physical game. Um, their physicality, I thought, impacted us shooting the ball even when we were open because I thought we had some open looks that we normally get, and because of how physical they are, they hit, they grab, they push you and stuff like that throughout the course of the game. I thought it impacted the way we shot the ball because I know Keegan had a couple of wide open ones. Kevin had some wide open ones. HB, go down the line, and we shot 27, 28% from the 3-point line. Um, part of it for us offensively too was get back to the sprays. This is this team is similar to Houston, where when you touch the paint, they're coming. They're coming. And they're not just coming to put their bodies there. They're coming and swiping down and hitting you and grabbing you and all that other stuff. And Hartenstein's a big boy down there, and OG's big too. And we got to spray the ball. We again we were 3 for 9 in sprays tonight. And when you're 3 for 9 against a team like that, that's not good. It's gonna impact you in ways that you can't imagine because you're playing right into their hands. They want you to try to score over them hitting, grabbing, swiping down at the ball. So we have to make sure we continue to spray the ball like we did our last two games. Our last two games we were up right around 20 sprays a game, which we want to get to. And tonight we were 3 for 9, which impacted us from the 3-point line more than anything else. I thought defensively um, we did enough to win the game, um, but offensively we just didn't spray the ball. You got to give a lot of credit um, to Jalen. Man, he's a hell of a player. I don't know if Steph maybe. I don't know if we blitzed anybody as much as we did Jalen tonight. Tried to send two at him, and he still scored 42 points over. I think I'm doing my math right, but over 50% from the field. I mean, the rest of the team shot 34%, scored 56 points, and they shot 21% from the three. Jalen shot 50% from the three and over 50% from the field. And we sent the double team at him every single time he came off the pick and roll in the second half and most of the time, and not probably half the time or so in the first half. He's a hell of a player. Big game. He stepped up and he really helped them get it done tonight. I can't be mad at our guys' effort or anything like that because I thought we tried to play hard. But when you have a team at 98 points or 96 points, whatever it is, on 43%, and we score 91, and one of our big things is spraying the basketball. We go 3 for 9. That's a big part of our identity that we didn't bring to the table tonight.
Mike, this felt like playoff basketball, and your team seems, over the last 3 games, responded really well defensively. Is this sort of what you've been asking for the entire season?
100%. 100%. James, we're more than capable. And, again, for people to say, hey, just concentrate on the offense, you're an offensive team. Yeah, we are. But our guys are capable defenders, too, when they want to. And they've shown it the last 3 games. And, we practice offense more than we do defense, whether it's shoot around, normal practice, or anything. We probably have two defensive drills to 4 offensive drills every practice. And but having said that, I knew it would take some time. I knew our guys were capable, and they're starting to respond. We just need to continue to make sure we don't lose our identity on the offense end of the floor too, and part of that is our sprays. We do a hell of a job moving the basketball. In our last 2 losses, I think if Houston was the last loss before this, we faced 2 physical defensive teams that play the same way, and they just dare you to spray the basketball. And if you don't, it's going to be a slugfest, and anybody can win in a slugfest, especially if you're playing defense the way we are. We'll still give ourselves a chance, but we would have had a better chance if we would have sprayed it all night.
Mike, you may be repeating yourself a little bit here, but can you run through, for clarification, the things that you can live with from tonight's performance and anything that specifically that you can't live with, or something maybe not unacceptable is the right word, but things that are like, okay, that needs to definitely be cleaned up?
No, the biggest thing that needs to be cleaned up is our ability to spray the basketball. We got to spray the ball, especially when you play a physical team like Houston, like New York, that just as soon as the ball touches the paint does this. Because we're not getting – and the crazy part about it, we had 26 free throws to their 16. So there could have been some calls that have gone our way, yeah, but I'm sure they felt the same, So the next order of business is if you're getting the calls but it's not enough, now spray it. And sometimes that means if you're coming off a pick and roll and the guy pulls in the guy in front of you pulls in to stop you, just throw it ahead. Let that guy make the play or start the domino effect. And if you're rolling and you catch it and you're in traffic, spray it. If you cut and you catch it and you're in traffic, spray it. If they all have a great feel of when the defense does this. Now we just got to make sure that we get off of it in a timely manner, and guys space the floor the right way to make sure they have targets, out along the perimeter. That's probably the one area that I would say was disappointing tonight is we didn't have enough sprays. You're going to have breakdowns here and there throughout the course of the game, and that's when you just cover for one another and rotate and communicate and give effort and all that other stuff. And I thought our guys did. I thought they did that well enough to win the ball game. We just didn't get it done on the offensive end based on the way that they play defense. We didn't get it done the right way and with our sprays, and that's the tough part. And Brunson, he's a hell of a player, And there are some things that we can clean up with him, but man, he's a hell of a player.
Mike, how'd you feel about the way your guys handled the physicality of this game, and how much can a night like this kind of help prepare you for what's to come in the weeks ahead?
I thought our guys did a great job handling it, and for the most part, we were pretty good with the officials, It's one of those things where you see some plays out there that you're like, how can you miss this? But in the same breath, like I said, we have 26 free throws to their 16, and so handling the physicality on both ends of the floor, I thought our guys did a pretty good job with it, minus the times that we could have gotten off the ball with sprays when we hit the paint.
Coach, the pace tonight seemed to play into New York's favor. What do you feel like you guys could have done to make it a little faster?
Yeah, I thought we tried to push the basketball, and we kept telling them, "Hey, get stops, get out and go, get stops, get out and go." But again, you got to give them credit. I thought they did a hell of a job getting back in transition too, and we didn't have any easy looks in transition when we did try to push the pace. So that one I probably need to go back and make sure that when I watch the film that I'm feeling like I'm seeing the right thing from the game, because it was definitely an emphasis of ours is, hey, let's go, let's be who we are, push the pace, push the pace, push the pace. And I thought we tried, but again, they were pretty good in defensive transition.
Coach, with the lack of sprays, is that something you guys are noticing like immediately as it's going, or is it more of like a hindsight thing when you see it?
No, we tell them I think we were 2 for 5 at halftime in sprays, and so that meant in the second half we ended up being because we were 3 for 9, we were 1 for 4, for a half. So we tell them as the game, we have somebody that charts it during the game, and we remind them during timeouts, and we remind them when we come in at halftime. So it's well known when we're not getting off that ball like we should. Thanks, everyone. Thank you, guys.